Good morning, citizens of America. This is the U.S. Citizen Journal, Daily Brief for March 26, 2025 AD. I'm here to bring you the latest news from around the world. Let's dive into today's top stories. City-specific newsletter sign-up, Social Security customer service, Vance to visit Greenland, Trump restricts China tech, U.S. missile system counters China. How to subscribe to city-specific newsletters. Citizen Journal is growing and now covers Salina and Hutchinson in addition to McPherson. To subscribe only to your city's newsletter. 1. Visit adastraporaspera.us. 2. Click Sign In, top right corner, or Account if already logged in. On mobile, tap the menu icon, 2 lines, top right corner. 3. After signing in, click Manage under Emails. 4. Select the newsletters you want to receive. We'll soon launch city-specific notifications in the app. More Kansas cities are coming in 2025. Email Greg at local.i to suggest your city or become a paid content contributor. Social Security website crashes, phones backup amid cost-cutting. The Social Security Administration website crashed 4 times in 10 days this month because the servers were overloaded, blocking millions of retirees and disabled Americans from logging into their online accounts. In the field, office managers have resorted to answering phones in place of receptionists because so many employees have been pushed out. Amid all this, the agency no longer has a system to monitor customer experience because that office was eliminated as part of the cost-cutting efforts led by Elon Musk, and the phones keep ringing and ringing. The federal agency that delivers $1.5 trillion a year in earned benefits to 73 million retired workers, their survivors, and poor and disabled Americans is engulfed in crisis, further undermining the already struggling organization's ability to provide reliable and quick service to vulnerable customers, according to internal documents and more than 24 current and former agency employees and officials, customers, and others who interact with Social Security. Source: Washington Post. J.D. Vance to visit Greenland. The Trump administration seems like it just doubled down on Greenland. Vice President J.D. Vance announced on Tuesday that he was headed to the island later this week, taking over a controversial visit that officials in Greenland have made very clear they don't want at all. Originally, the Trump administration said that Usha Vance, the Second Lady, and Michael Waltz, the National Security Advisor, would make the trip to Greenland, a semi-autonomous territory of Denmark that President Trump wants for the United States. Officials from Denmark and Greenland immediately branded the move aggressive and part of the president's plan to get the island, as he recently put it, one way or the other. The White House then issued a statement on Tuesday afternoon, changing up the visit. The new itinerary is for Mr. and Ms. Vance to visit Pituffik Space Base, an American military installation high above the Arctic Circle, to receive a briefing on Arctic security issues and meet with U.S. service members. Source: New York Times. Trump targets Chinese tech with tougher blacklist rules. The Trump administration demonstrated that it wants tougher limits on China's access to American technology than those introduced by the Biden administration, targeting Chinese companies, including a server maker that buys NVIDIA chips. The U.S. on Tuesday added dozens of Chinese companies to a trade blacklist over national security concerns. American businesses seeking to sell technology to these companies will need approval from the government. Among those added were subsidiaries of Inspur Group, China's largest server maker and a major customer for U.S. chip makers such as NVIDIA, Intel, and Advanced Micro Devices. Companies linked to China's largest supercomputer maker, Shugan, were also added. The move is the clearest signal yet that the Trump administration intends to further limit what kind of American technology Chinese companies can buy, despite complaints from Silicon Valley companies, including NVIDIA, that former President Joe Biden already went too far. In the Biden administration's final days, it imposed limits on third countries buying cutting-edge American chips, hoping to prevent those chips from making their way to China. U.S. tech executives have asked President Trump to roll back those limits before they take effect in May. Source: Wall Street Journal. New U.S. missile system deployed in Philippines to counter China. A new U.S. missile system deployed in the Philippines puts key Chinese military and commercial hubs within striking distance and hands President Trump an early test of his commitment to deterring Chinese aggression against American allies in Asia. Last year, the U.S. Army moved the Typhoon missile system, which can fire missiles as far as 1,200 miles, to a base on Luzon Island in the northern Philippines. It is the first time since the Cold War that the U.S. military has deployed a land-based launching system with such a long range outside its borders. The Typhoon, military experts say, is part of a broader strategic repositioning by the American military as it seeks to counter Beijing's huge buildup of intermediate and long-range missiles in the Pacific. In the event of a conflict with China, land-based missile systems such as the Typhoon could be central to defending key U.S. allies such as the Philippines, which has clashed with China over Beijing's claims to nearly all of the South China Sea, and Taiwan, which Beijing has threatened to take, by force if necessary. The Chinese government has responded to the Typhoon's deployment with alarm, rebuking the U.S. and the Philippines for fueling what it called an arms race. Source: Wall Street Journal. March 26, 1812. A cartoon titled The Gerrymander in the Boston Gazette introduces the term gerrymandering. It refers to Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry, who signed into law oddly shaped district boundaries to help the incumbent party. That's all for today's brief. Join us again tomorrow for more news and updates. This show was produced by Greg Loving, wishing you a great day ahead. Please follow and rate us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It helps other listeners find us. Stay informed and ad astra per aspera.